The cabin is one of the more difficult beginner maps in Bloons Tower Defense 6, harder than some intermediate maps, but today let's try and do a chimps game using the majority of the towers on the town, or cabin, sorry, being the Arctic Knight, as in like spamming Arctic Knights, with an Abyssal Warrior and Silas as well to help us out with said purple balloons. Now the first thing that we need to do though is get through round 6. Put you on strong. Hopefully you're able to target the blue balloons there. Thank you. And keep going. Pop those. And just about got that. Brilliant. Okay, let's put down some more Mermonkeys and get cracking in this challenge. Oh, great. We got ourselves a bit of a trouble, don't we, with a red balloon. Put you on last, see if that makes any differences here with these greens. And that seems to be no, not okay. Perhaps I should have put you up there. Round 6 going well, good. Round 7 again. Let's see if putting you up here will yield different results for me. And that looks to be good so far, though round 8, that is the real test. Put another Mermonkey down there, because I feel like I do need that defense at the back, but this seems to be very good. Okay, I should have put the second Mermonkey up here instead. I always like to know that my Mermonkey is more in the water than let's get Silas down, so that we may pop Z-lead balloons on the track, and here we go. Silas on the field. Yes, yellow balloons, yes. Round 14. No, thank you. Oh, great. I need some reinforcements. Perhaps placing you down sooner would have been better than just hovering it over. Can we do it this time, please? There we go. Round 15 conquered. Sometimes one of the most difficult early game rounds because of pink balloon. Now, why do we want an Abyssal Warrior down? Number 1, it grants all nearby towers 20% pierce increase to all of their attacks. And number 2, purple balloons. If we were doing a Mermonkey only scenario, we would need to ramp up one of our Mermonkeys so that it is a Riptide champion, because there's no way we can do a Mermonkey only scenario if we don't have one of our Mermonkeys as a lead popper. Okay, purple balloons are a bit of a bane here because Silas by default cannot pop them. Magical ice, not natural ice. I think it goes without saying we are going to rely on EchoSense Network for all of our Mermonkeys, because who doesn't want increased attack range? Especially when you don't have a lot of range to begin with. But you don't see tack shooters complain about a lack of range, do you now? That's why we load up maps like Resort for that scenario. If you are not loading up EchoSense Precision, if you don't have any external buffs for your towers, then what the hell are you doing? I don't know how Silas can attack when his attack range is literally over here. I don't mind, but I would like an explanation as to why he can attack outside of his own attack range. You're not a Moab domination where you have a separate second attack. Silas remains our solo lead popper for the moment, but do not worry, we will be getting those ice upgrades, because none of our Mermonkeys at the moment have the Silas symbol above them, but once we get Tidal Chill, then we do, because we now have a cold-based thing about us. Yes, we will get Tidal Chill for all of you. You will all be granted benefits by Silas. Round 40, here we come. Hopefully the Abyssal Warrior will be able to hold its own against all of these, and yes, Silas can freeze them in place, which is nice. Right, so let's get some Riptide champions on the field here. Now, do you want to see a 2TC with towers that have champion at some point in their names? Well, there has been one on Spar Pits featuring the Riptide champion and the Dark champion. I tried to recreate it, but some of the early rounds, especially the round with a lot of yellow and pink balloons, yeah, I couldn't really get past that one. I was thinking if Riptide champion spam was possible, but I honestly need the Arctic Knight abilities for round 100 and getting as much damage inflicted upon the bad as I possibly need. And just Riptide Champion alone just doesn't do that. This is not what we call Rogue Legends. Don't worry, you will receive the powers of the Tentacle Mermonkey. You will become tentacleized, I think. Okay, you wear, and now we got it. Good. Okay, we need a bit more firepower if we're going to deal with these Moab class balloons. So, Echo Sense Network on all of you so that you can all have a higher attack range. 6, 7, Riptide. Because there's no tide on the cabin. There's just these small ponds or a small lake. There's no tide about it. But we have the maximum stack of 10. So therefore, these are the largest that their radius are going to be. And no, there will be no other towers, just Silas and Mermonkeys. So we're going to get all of these Riptide champions up to Arctic Knights. Or should we do an Arctic Knight and Dark Knight scenario? I don't even think a 2TC live act can even get through round 100. Riptide Champion and Dark Champion, yes, because Dark Champion, being a tier 4 super monkey, is the equivalent of a lot of tier 5s of other towers. The advantage of having Silas paired with these middle path Mermonkeys is that a lot of their attacks can actually do something against white balloons and zebra balloons. Except purple there, but it's like, are you sure about that one? 63. I wish Gwendolyn can grant partial means to fire towers to pop a purple balloon. That would be lit. Get it? Lit. Gwendolyn is a flamethrower maniac. A pyromaniac, if you will. With the right starting artifacts, you could essentially solo a CHIMPS Rogue Legend scenario, to be honest. Like, all you really need to start off with is a Abyss Dweller and a Riptide Champion so that you can pop all kinds of targets. And try and be lucky with the starting artifacts that you get, as in like after you start the game, and then you're given some really lucky rolls of the artifacts dice and get something like the legendary synergize magic. I've forgotten what it was called, but it grants 56% attack speed to all of your magical monkeys. You give a Mermonkey specific artifact, which is the one that enables the projectiles that the Mermonkey throws out to bounce off screens. But then you also have it so that the any old magic monkeys can be seen as all kinds of monkeys. So therefore it can also be seen as a primary, a military, and a support, so that it makes it possible to be able to go through dread balloons with only Mermonkeys. And then the other one I went for, oddly enough, is heightened perception, just so that I get that initial range bonus to my attacks, even though it makes my projectiles fly slower, despite the fact that it only affects primary monkeys. If you get the artifact that enables your magic monkeys to be considered any type, then it can also be seen as a primary tower, which means that you can get that artifact that grants huge capabilities of bonus damage in critical hits, which I think by default it's only benefits supporting towers. I don't think Rogue Legends is necessarily bad, but there's no kind of magnet to draw you in to constantly replay it, especially after the first few tries where you unlocked the majority of the artifacts themselves. Purple balloons, yes, round 95 might be a bit of an issue because of these purple abominations. But hey, guess what? That has not stopped any Freddy Fazbear establishment from not having any kind of the purple nightmares going on there. Anyways, what has that to do with this game? I don't know. I like to waffle, as you may tell. Try to get all of these up to Arctic Knights, and then we'll just plop down more middle path Mermonkeys as we go along. What do we like against the ZOMG? Whittling down its HP rather rapidly, which is good. Silas can slow it down while it being rhymed. No, not rimmed. Rhymed, okay? It's spelled rhymed. There's only one M, not two. Almost said there's two M's, not one. That's rimmed. Yeah, thanks to Silas, our middle path Mermonkey attacks are not a zebra balloon generator. I'm very excited to see how the bomb shooter Paragon performs, honestly. It's the first Paragon I think is one that fires really slowly, which I kind of like because every Paragon so far has been incredibly fast when it comes to its attack speed. So having something that is slow firing but each fire is incredibly powerful is nice. It sort of represents the Balloon Crush in a way, where it does fire slowly if you do not ramp up its attack. And again, visually, the bomb shooter Paragon represents each cross pathing the least. It sort of only really represents the middle path of the bomb shooter, but it does have that passive ability about it where if you lose lives, it's even more destructive than Bomb Blitz is. Well, I bloody well hope so, because it is literally the Paragon of bombs. B-O-M-B, Ballistic Obliteration Missile Bunker, which I think is much better than Supreme Missile Platform. DDTs, not a worry. Well, you can slow them down. I think out of all of the new towers which we have gained in the game, so Beast Handler, Mermonkey, and Desperado. Mermonkeys are my favorite out of 3. And I'm going to say, even though Desperado's not been out for very long, I'd say Desperado is my second favorite. And Beast Handlers, I just think that they are, as you say, supporting towers. Because a lot of people like to spam out like whales or birds in order to do specific things. Birds so that you can pick up balloons and put them onto a different track. Which is very handy on maps like Muddy Puddles, where you have towers on one side of the map, but you don't have a lot of resources in order to try and take them all down. Okay, 95. This is going to be a bit bizarre here. We need to pop this ability now as late as possible. Rather get through all of them, use the other abilities. Okay, I'm going to need you to... Oh my god, there's a purple balloon still... There was a purple balloon still there. Oh, that shows how horrible purple balloons can be because it blocks projectiles for my middle path Mermonkeys. But alas, we are past round 95. We are past the most troublesome of the late game. Now the rest of it should be easy. Get ourselves another 2 Arctic Knights. Upgrade this one up to Arctic Knight and then place another Mermonkey down. There we go. You may not reach the top track, but you are going to do something when the bad gets around that area. Oh, you did manage to damage him. Okay. 9 damage. Better than 0 damage. And you are level 16. I kind of wish in a way that Silas would gain levels with each Riptide champion on the field here. Like, it's sort of like a similar trait where you're gaining benefits from a cold-based tower. It's not just ice towers, but from another cold-based tower. But I wouldn't really necessarily say Sentry Experts are a cold-based tower, just because only a quarter of the time that the Sentry Expert would actually deploy down the cold sentry. But definitely middle path monkeys I think should also stack on top when it comes to Silas's gaining levels. Bonus experience based on that, I think. And we have managed to do all this. The car being a great asset when it comes to bouncing my icicle balls. And we were granted a basic bomb tower, indicating that you should use the bomb tower in the next game. And every single Mermonkey in some ways has performed admirably well, because our highest popper is one that hasn't even reached 280,000 pops. So yeah, that was definitely that one there. I can definitely see this one being the best of the poppers. Like the others have done their fair share as well. Obviously everything that lasts on the field a bit longer because of their deployment time. Yeah, they definitely did what you call the most amount. Surprisingly, that one did quite a lot there, around 100, which is good. Ability and all that. And just covering the later portion of the track. But this is a really fun run. I really enjoyed it. Mermonkey only, you definitely would have to pursue Riptide Champion before round 28. But you need other low-level Mermonkeys at first so that you can actually handle the purple balloons. Like, you would have more than one of these down the track. Because around 95... But there we go, everybody. Thank you all so much for watching. Let me know what you are thinking about when it comes to update 51 and the explosiveness when it comes to all that tail. Now, when it comes to the all Paragons video, I'm actually going to wait because after the bomb Paragon and you get to update 52, Ninja Kiwi says we're going to release the Ice Monkey Paragon. So we're going to wait until there's going to be the Ice Monkey Paragon, so therefore we can do the same thing but with 2 more Paragons to show. Because it's only really been like plus 20 rounds because of the amount of Geraldo totems you need on the field. Like, at some case, it's not down to the amount of money, but it's just the amount of totems you can deploy down at any given time, which is 1 per round. But for goodness sakes, I'm going to do it on my own anyways, because, well, the world needs me standing alone against the entire army of balloons. Not the entire army, just like a fraction. I'm impressed, dear one. Like Shaggy, I'm deploying only 10% of my power, which is a frightening amount considering it's Shaggy. Thank you all so much for watching. If you are interested in getting anything that is deployed out of update 51, including another prestige pack but featuring Obin's 4th skin. Man, we got Adora's 4th skin before any other things. 4th skin from Adora, and she wasn't even released like much later on than like Quincy and Gwen and Jones and Obin, Benjamin, Pat, Azili. Definitely not Rosalia though. But yeah, it seemed a bit top heavy when it comes to that sort of thing, because Adora was released much later than a lot of these other heroes, but yet like she gets a 3rd alternate skin before any other heroes. There's a lot of Adora fans out there. Thank you all so much for watching and take care of yourselves, everybody.